Take a break from your busy schedule and join Harold Sala for Guidelines, a 5-minute commentary on living.
Live, Love, and Joy reads a billboard advertisement for a local funeral home with a caption underneath, "We'd rather wait." When I saw that, the message grabbed me. Hey, I said to myself, isn't that what people strive to do? They really try to do? Scores of people spend their entire lives in search of happiness. The right mate, the right job, the right friends, good feelings about themselves, and enough money to surround themselves with about anything they want. Often their search for happiness, though, ends in despair and cynicism. Their conclusion to the whole search is much the same as that voiced by Solomon, who had both women, riches, and fame, yet cried out, "Vanity of vanities, all is vanity." Whatever it is that makes life worthwhile has eluded them. Yet if God's Son came for a purpose, and his death wasn't wasted, then there has to be more to life than just living, loving, and enjoying. A purpose for which you live, a reason for your existence, and an answer to the searching of your heart. To really live, love, and enjoy, you need 3 things, none of which can be bought with money or influence: a sense of definition, a sense of purpose, and a sense of empowerment. You're a composite of body, soul, and spirit, emotions, flesh, and a spiritual nature. Let's start with a sense of definition. You go to the dictionary when you want a definition of a word, or you want to know what something means. So where do you go when you want a definition of life? Psychotherapy, psychology, scientific laboratory, religion? No, even religion doesn't give you a definition of life and what makes it worthwhile. Go to the Bible. This book alone answers the serious questions that define life, such as 2 vital questions: who am I, and why am I here? When you have found answers to those questions, you have defined the parameters of life and existence. In answering those 2 questions, the Bible contends that you are not an animal, but an individual, a person, a unique being created in the image of God. Unlike an animal, you love, you emote, you feel. And as a person with intelligence, volition, and a human soul, you will live forever. Dust to dust and ashes to ashes doesn't apply to you. And that accounts for the deep searching of your heart to know God, and to know that you are his child. Admit it, the very question about what makes life worth living is a proof of the spiritual nature you have, which desires to connect with God. Then what about the second question? Why am I here? Is it important? Yes, tremendously important. The Bible says your birth was not an accident. Neither are you a mistake, as one woman put it, adding that her mother tried to abort her since she was conceived out of wedlock, and she wasn't wanted and should not have been born. The Bible says every person, every single person is important in the sight of God, that he loves you as an individual, and he will respond to your heart cry. To know that you are an individual of value and worth in God's sight helps you to understand life, and only when you are in conscious agreement with God's purpose for your life will you find a sense of fulfillment, which allows you to live, to love, and to enjoy your world, your friends, your children, and your neighbors.
You've just heard Dr. Harold Sala with Guidelines, a 5-minute commentary on living. If you would like to listen to the program again, download a copy, subscribe to our e-commentary, or view other resources, visit guidelines.org. We would like to hear from you too. You can email us at info@guidelines.org. That's info@guidelines.org. Thanks for listening, and we invite you to join us again for the next edition of Guidelines.